Chances are you know someone who has been affected by breast cancer. According to the Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition, it's the second leading cause of death among women, and the Bay State has the 7th highest incident rate in the country. But this just isn't a woman's disease. Men, this is a story for you as well. The serene waters of Webster.
It's quiet.
Create a paradise for 58-year-old Mark Rogers. He lives here with his wife of 36 years, Sherry.
So this is a surface lure.
And it's here where his longtime hobby of fishing
So this is ready to go.
Is made that much easier. He does it year-round.
Pretty good fishing spot out here.
But rewind about 9 months back, something not even fishing could cure.
It was cold. We had a fire in the stove and hadn't quite warmed up the room yet.
It was New Year's Eve. Mark, along with family and friends, discussing holiday plans. He remembers the day and that moment vividly.
I was cold, so I just sort of went like this with my right hand, felt that lump right there in my left breast, and said what I thought was jokingly at the time, can a man have breast cancer?
But his wife was not laughing.
Immediately I say, that's not something to joke about, you have to have that checked.
Weeks went by as Mark admittedly ignored the inevitable, a word he never thought would pass his lips: mammogram.
I had never heard a mention of male breast cancer in my life before that moment.
The mammogram revealed a lump about 3 millimeters, something the radiologist called interesting. That interesting image resulted in a diagnosis even more so.
It's cancer. And that's all we knew, was that it was cancer.
When you hear, breast cancer, most people think of the worst.
The uncertainty almost worse than the diagnosis, he says. Would he live? Would he die? What would happen to his family? His mind racing, his emotions overwhelming. He simply needed clarity from his doctors.
So I said, is this going to kill me? And I was dead serious. I didn't want to, and he said, oh no, this is not going to kill you. I said, well, for God's sake, start with that.
Studies show less than 1% of breast cancer patients are men. Mark found himself making decisions he never thought he would make.
My breasts have never been a whole lot of use to me, so I figured I might as well just have the mastectomy.
He knew very little about breast cancer prior to his own experience, but now he thinks of it often because he's lived it and learned from it.
I tell men that, as silly as it sounds, is join your wife and do some breast exams together. Express whatever I'm feeling to the people I love as often as I can, and to express those thoughts more, particularly to my kids, is that we all think we have forever, and we don't. Just not our morning, I guess.
But now Mark says he can see another morning with family in this paradise of life. Nicole Jacobs, Fox 25 News.